In this episode of Rodeo, the bulls strike back.
Can you breathe?
Barrel racers get grounded.
Well, I'm pissed off. Like, when they trip like that, they can hurt themselves pretty seriously.
And a rookie finally makes a break for freedom.
You're gonna be one less kid at this supper table.
She can go nag on somebody else.
It's late July in Medicine Hat, Alberta. The hot sun has shone on this rodeo since 1887, one of the oldest rodeos on the Canadian pro circuit. It's more than halfway through the season, and for some cowboys, a coveted spot at the Canadian Finals Rodeo has been clinched. Only the top 12 earners will make it, and for Stephen Turner, it's still just out of reach.
I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball. Don't have the finals made yet, so just need to keep pounding down the road here and keep making some checks and get that CFR certified. Alrighty, good luck.
Stephen needs the checks to keep rolling in, not just for him, but for his brother Jody too. Together, rodeo has been the central focus of their lives and their main source of income.
We gotta win to make money to pay our bills.
But this year, Jody's season came to an abrupt halt. During a bull ride, he severely dislocated his elbow.
You guys gotta keep going, and hopefully I can win enough for both of us.
Hey, how's Jody doing?
He just kind of had a brace, and they got that off, and he's starting to do rehab. He can't straighten it all the way or nothing, but it's starting to get better. So.
Okay. Well, have a good one. Good luck today.
All right, thanks.
Right on.
Stephen competes in the all-around cowboy category, where contestants are required to enter in both a riding event and a timed event. Stephen's 2 events are steer wrestling and bull riding. His main rival this season is Kyle Thompson, a steer wrestler and saddle bronc rider.
Well, the only competition this year really is Kyle Thompson.
The all-around is a big deal to both of us, and Steve's a good friend of mine, and we're both, any day, we're competing hard.
As we see Kyle Thompson, a Black Diamond, Alberta. Yeah, baby!
We're just battling it out right now, and he's definitely kicking my butt right now, but hopefully I can get on a roll here and catch up to him.
The first steer wrestle is credited to cowboy Bill Pickett, a Wild West performer who caught a runaway steer by wrestling it to the ground. It became a regular rodeo event in the 1930s.
Here comes Stephen.
Stephen Turner, Cochrane, Alberta. 3 times all-around champion of Canada. Steer wrestler, bull rider, and just kind of helped like that. And didn't get the steer down, and that's a no time.
Probably hurt pretty bad right then, but it'll go away. Still got to get on a bull, so you better get licking.
I got something wrong up here. I think it's my collarbone or something's messed up, so when I caught him there and tried to throw it, it freaking really hurts lots. So yeah, down 1 shirt. Anyway, I got to steal one from someone else because I don't got any more. Hopefully it'll fit me. And take some more pain pills and try to ride a bullet.
But bull riding isn't easy. In fact, it's the most dangerous event at the rodeo. It has the highest rate of injury, and this year, Stevens had his fair share.
Well, this year, been fairly accident prone, it seems like. I broke my foot earlier on this year in June.
Look out, look out, look out.
And then after that, about a week after, I sprained my ankle on my other foot, so then I didn't know which foot to limp on for a while, and then now my hips have been giving me troubles. And my ribs are real sore now, just in here, and my collarbone, there's something something definitely wrong in there. I haven't went to the doctor yet. Seems like you just forget about the other injuries when you get new ones. Sure would be a lot nicer to be 100% healthy. Sure would make it a lot easier to rodeo and win.
He's coming back from some injuries and stuff, and I'll guarantee you his goal is to make Edmonton, so hopefully things work out for him.
Kyle hasn't been injury-free either. At the Sundry Rodeo, he fractured his hand. But with a cast on, he continued to compete.
I gotta keep going down the road if I can to make it to the finals for one and to try and make some money. So if I can ride with a broken hand, I'm gonna try and ride with a broken hand.
For Kyle, taking time off to heal was impossible. He has a young family at home to support, including a baby girl that was born just a few weeks into the rodeo season.
Can I sleep in my bed, Dad?
No.
Why?
Because you sleep in your own bed. We haven't even been home for a few days, so you probably miss your bed. Don't you?
Having kids is the best thing I ever did in my life, so I'm enjoying every minute of it. I want to slow down and spend more time at home with the kids. Kind of rodeo as much as I can now until it's their turn to do whatever they want to do.
Kyle's commitment and perseverance has paid off. Even with the fractured hand, he climbs to first overall.
I feel it's probably not all the way healed, but it feels good enough. I've been having a good year this year in the bronc riding especially, and things are rolling along pretty good.
That is not what we anticipated happening, but I'll tell you something. I don't know if he did a whole lot wrong. That horse was just very, very strong. No score for Kyle Thompson.
The horse overpowered Kyle and his weak hand, so no score and no money.
My hand's pretty sore right now, but I ain't the first guy to fall off that horse. You know, he's one of the rankest horses to ride going, so if things don't go right, you're not gonna ride him, so I'm a little bit of a mistake today.
Confident, very confident. A little bit woozy from all the pain pills.
Steven can gain some ground on Kyle,
Easy, muley.
but he's up against one tough bull.
Watch out, PJ!
Excuse me.
Hey, Ace! You want a rope on this bull?
That bull I got today is a pretty big bad dude.
Steven Turner. Risky remedy.
I gotcha. You want out?
It's kind of tough mentally, you know, because there's a chance you can get hurt every time you nod your head and, you know, even can't get killed in it. What's up with this, Ace? You never used to do this.
Right on now, Steve.
Okay.
Steven Turner.
Oh, Steve!
Well, right there, you saw what happened.
Grab the gate. Don't shoot. You all right? Can you breathe? You breathe?
Ow.
Are you hurting too, or just your hair?
You know that thing that hurt before?
Really hurting?
Really hurt now. Yeah. Good thing he didn't have horns.
Oh, I hit you right at the top of his head. I think that's pretty hard.
There's another look at it on that big screen. And you can
Didn't go very well for me again, but bull ran me over, bucked me off and ran me over. I don't usually get hooked very often. I usually can get up and get out there, and they always say me, so it's kind of crazy this year. And then I guess I'm a little bit hurt and not getting up as quick. Yeah, it's always funny when I get run over.
You picture it. That's the danger, Steve.
Well, thanks for the hand, eh?
You're welcome.
I'll do this again next time.
I'm gonna quit watching because you just get hooked.
The duel ends in a dead heat. No money for Kyle or Steven. And even though Stephen was slammed off his feet, he's not giving up.
I've been through this before, so you just got to bear down and, rodeo hard and just be tough and grit it out.
The Medicine Hat Rodeo isn't just for cowboys. Barrel racing is the marquee event for women. A rodeo fixture since the early 1950s, this race around 3 barrels is the only event women compete in.
I'm a professional barrel racer. When it's good, it's really good. When it's bad, it's really bad.
And for Sierra Stoney, this season has been bad. Early on, she gambled on a rookie horse, Shasta, who just wasn't fast enough.
With Shasta, I tried it and it didn't work.
Sierra quickly cut her losses and gambled on another horse, Reba, a seasoned horse. But instead of racing around the barrels, she was knocking them down.
All these freaking barrels keep getting in my damn way. It just kind of totally brings your confidence down from where it was. So we're kind of back at square one.
Of course, you always have goals to make the CFR, but right now it's kind of like a long stretch, but I guess anything can happen, but everything would have to happen perfectly.
And a perfect ride needs well-groomed grounds. But there's been trouble here for the barrel racers.
Right there. Well, he just kind of lost his footing momentarily there, kind of stumbled into the barrel.
The grounds are in bad shape. And in a sport where a tenth of a second can divide winners from losers, the horses here are slipping and clocking slower times.
Some horses that should be clocking sounds like aren't clocking here for some reason. So you kind of just wonder.
They had a little trouble with the ground here, and they dug it up, and I think they got a little too deep.
With our event, we can't turn on that because it's like horses running on pavement. It just isn't safe. You can't do it.
For barrel racer Kendra Eady, keeping her beloved horse captain safe is critical. He's the key to her success.
Captain is so important. I guess he's like my child.
At the start of the season, the duo were in perfect form.
Number 1 cowgirl, and look at the running time. 16:65.
That run felt outstanding.
But at Ponoka, Captain overpowered her and left her empty-handed.
I went from number 1 in the standings to number 5 over 1 rodeo. It just kind of really sends you for a loop and gets you negative fast and makes you mad. Hello. Good, how are you?
I felt disappointed for Kendra, but success has come to her really, really easy. So she knows how to win. Now it's a person has to learn how to lose.
For Kendra, losing wasn't part of the game plan. She's under pressure to win because this season she quit her day job and is now relying on her rodeo earnings as her sole source of income.
I think maybe that some of that pressure has maybe affected how I'm performing because I'm stressed out about making sure I'm bringing in an income to pay for stuff. I would just like to get a little bit more money one. I'd like to just click at the big rodeos so I don't have to wear out my horse on the bad ground and just be able to pick and choose. But it doesn't work that way all the time.
Start, and here she comes. All right, we're headed to number 1, Kendra Eady.
The deep, hard grounds slow the race down, and Kendra is bumped out of the money.
I was a little annoyed that I'm donating an entry fee at a big rodeo. But what do you do? So I'm a little sour. I'm ready for a break. We're gonna go to the lake with my parents and my sister and her husband, and I'm just gonna do nothing. Have no responsibilities, nothing.
Kendra and Joel are packing it in and taking a few days off. And for Sierra, despite the bad ground reviews, she's decided to race.
You kind of just gotta sometimes block that out and just kind of do your own thing. So you kind of want to go for it and see what she can handle.
Sierra Stoney to Western Alberta. Going to be next in 3 times. Been a Canadian Finals rodeo qualifier. And charges to that first barrel. Whoop. All right, good recovery. Everything's okay. Everything's all right. Sierra quickly around that second. Down to the far side.
The notorious grounds mess with Reba too, stumbling her out of the money.
And bring it on home right now, Sierra Stoney.
Well, I'm pissed off. Like, it's just, you know, when they trip like that and stumble and go down like that, anything can happen. They can hurt themselves, you know, pretty seriously.
I was afraid you'd hear that.
It's so frustrating. And the committees just think we're bitching barrel racers, and they don't have no idea how much we put into this.
Barrel racing ground is an art. It's got to be perfect and safe.
Why do all barrel racers get cremated? That's because the ground's never good enough.
There's this like big joke if there's never good enough ground for barrel racer. Well, I call bullshit on that. I don't need perfect ground. I just want safe ground.
For the barrel racers, it doesn't seem fair that the battle to qualify for the CFR is blocked by the battle for solid grounds. And for Sierra, this dirt has kicked up more distance between her and the finals. It's Sunday morning at the Thurstons, and time for novice bronc rider Wyatt to go to church.
I go to church because those Sundays keep us grounded.
Wyatt! Wyatt, it's 10:24. We're gonna completely miss everything. Now, we're leaving in 1 minute. For Pete's sake, I ask and I ask. Come on, Tess. Tess.
It's a special day for Linda and for the baby of the family, Tess Thurston. This is the last church service they'll be attending with their beloved Wyatt.
Okay, need to hustle up.
The eldest child of 4 is leaving the family nest for a new frontier,
Go out the door.
college.
Wyatt, we're leaving, with or without you. I wanted to go with Wyatt, and it's nice to have people's prayers to help you get through the next step in being a parent. Filthiest vehicle. Still smells like cat piss.
Want to find my shoes?
Are you sure you got shoes?
This year, 18-year-old Wyatt launched his career as a professional saddle bronc rider in the novice pro circuit. After a rough and tumbling start, Wyatt is slowly climbing his way back up.
I'm third in Canada right now. Got a good shot at making the CFR, so if I can hold on and just keep doing my job, I should be able to make it.
He has one more rodeo left before he heads out to Riverton, Wyoming on a college rodeo scholarship.
Good morning, boss.
It's the next step in a competitor's rodeo career. Like a lot of guys go to school on a rodeo scholarship. You get to work on your bronc riding and your skills and still get an education. I really like going to church. Helps know that people are trying to have God look out for you and that people are always thinking about you. So when we do get to the chance to go, she really enjoys it and likes it.
Oh, Tess reached out and gave me and Wyatt a big hug, and she knows why it's going. And I got thinking about just not having Wyatt here and how she's gonna miss him. That made me sad.
Can I ride bareback?
No, you better put your saddle on. We're going out in the field.
He's gonna miss out now on some of her growing up. But that's just the age difference in them, and can't help that. She wasn't ever planned, so she's a really big blessing anyways.
Here's your brush, Tess. Yeah, she was pretty emotional, but I think it's just because I'm going away and she won't have me around. First time she's had to have a kid move out, so
Now I gotta kind of let him go on to the next step. And I'm proud of the way I've raised him. And I think I've prepared him to do whatever he wants in life with my blessings and my prayers behind him. That's all I can do.
Slow down, Tess. Slow down.
I told you we should have brought the fly swatter.
Oh, Mom, it's all right. Swat you.
Before Wyatt Thurston heads off to college, there's one more rodeo left, and there's no way the Thurston gang is going to miss it. They're on their way to Strathmore, not far from home, but even so, it's a long ride for Wyatt.
Your social insurance number. What to do when you lose it like Wyatt.
I didn't lose it. I never got it in the mail.
I remember giving you this thing and saying, this is your social insurance number.
No,
you need to take good care of it and not lose it. Don't put it in your wallet.
The Strathmore Rodeo is the third biggest rodeo in Canada, with $250,000 in prize money. And when the rodeo comes to town, Strathmore kicks it up a notch. Young cowboys start building their skills with mutton busting. And there's a prairie version of running with the bulls.
Just gonna run as fast as I can.
It's just something you want to do in life. It's on that list. And now I don't have to go to Spain.
This is the last rodeo for Wyatt Thurston before he heads off to college. But interrupting his season for school might cost him a chance at the CFR, where only the top 3 riders qualify.
Right now I'm third in the Canadian standings for the novice bronc riding. And I'm gonna miss the last 2 rodeos, which is Merritt and Hannah, because I'll be down south at college.
He's third right now, but he won't be after the next 2 rodeos because he's got no chance to win any money there. The 6 or 7 kids that are got money won can pass him up with 1 rodeo, so you just don't know how the chips are gonna fall.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen because I have high expectations and I try to help him along the way and try to be a moral support, but yet he knows that I'm not going to BS him. He knows that I'm going to give him the straight goods.
All right, let's go to the bronc riding, and here is a third-generation bucking horse rider. Bronc riding is what his father's specialty was, but today we're talking about Wyatt Thurston.
Left, Wyatt.
After that,
My parents have super high expectations of me, and my dad's quite a perfectionist.
You hesitate with your feet a little bit. You need to keep gassing.
He might not always point out the stuff that I did really good, but he'll damn sure make sure I correct the stuff that I did bad, like today.
It's too bad he hasn't been able to stay on, but he needed some money here at this rodeo. You know, he was in the hunt for the Canadian finals. It's going to be a little tight to see if he gets in there.
Wyatt will leave for school with his rodeo season up in the air. And for saddle bronc rider Rod Hay, the Wayne Gretzky of rodeo, he's here in Strathmore ready to erase any uncertainty of making the CFR. It's over halfway through the season, and this 18-time CFR finalist finds himself in an unusual position. He's never got to this point without having the CFR already locked in.
Buck me off. There's hats off to the horses today. It's really important for me to start making some ground up. You don't want to fall behind at any point in time. And realistically, in my position right now, this is a perfect opportunity for me to make up ground and try to catch up.
At Strathmore, Rod has his 2 biggest fans with him today, his sons Logan and Dawson.
I like being around them. I like having them at the rodeo. They like traveling, and so it's a good time. When you're having fun, generally that makes things work pretty good in the arena.
You're about to meet a young cowboy that's going to get on 10 bucket horses over the next 10 days all across North America. You know him as the incredible Rod Hay.
Ride now, Rod.
Go on, Rod, go on! Out of town. Canadian champion.
You all right? All right?
Yeah. Last year's Wrangler Canadian Tour champion. This is a Wrangler Canadian Tour rodeo that will set the stage for the top 10 to join us at the Wrangler.
Well, right now, Rod, his horse fell on him there. Didn't give Rod a real fair chance, so they're giving him another opportunity to get on another horse here, and hopefully Roddy can get through it on it and make some money here this afternoon.
Down but not out. This veteran champ knows that it only takes one ride to turn things around.
You focus and you can stay in that rodeo mode and you just never get out of it. You just worry about your next horse. But if you nod your head at the rodeo, you got a chance to win.
After for an endorsement in all of Canada.
Go on, Roddy, go on, go on! Yes, yes.
Rod needed a near perfect ride to get him back on top, and he nailed it.
86 points! That is the man who goes to the lead from Wildwood, Alberta.
Do you think you placed?
That should win something.
You could have been first place.
This is what you've drove all the miles for. This is what you've trained for. This is what you. This is the days that you live for. And when it goes good, there's nothing better than winning on a day like today.
With his proud little cowboys, Rod walks away with $3,700 and one step closer to the CFR. At the Strathmore Rodeo, the battle to see who'll be the best all-around cowboy continues between Kyle Thompson and Stephen Turner. It's a friendly yet fierce competition.
I'm in a situation right now where I want to keep the pedal down and keep going and just keep winning.
I'm going to win all the money. That's the plan for today. Watch yourself.
A week ago in Medicine Hat, they both left empty-handed, leaving Stephen at risk of not qualifying for the CFR. But Kyle is still leading the way. The pair have to compete in two events. Kyle's been competing with a fractured hand, and today, with his family watching on, he's up first in the steer wrestling event. Bad luck for Kyle. The steer outran his chance to score. Now it's Stephen's turn to wrestle up some money. A win here would net him just over $6,000.
Stephen Turner, reigning and three-time all-around champion of Canada, is on a mission. Cranking down as he drops and stops the clock at 5 and 6. That'll put him in 6th spot right now. I'm thinking he needs a little Strathmore hospitality. He's got some joints that aren't matching the ligaments.
I just got 6th in the Bulldog and it paid $2,800.
Nice. High five.
A solid 6th place finish for Stephen, but the season has taken its toll. He's off to the sports medicine clinic to temper the pain.
Kind of wish I could take some time off and heal up, but don't quite got enough money on right now to make the finals. There's something, I don't know. And it aches, hurts pretty much all the time. Like it's like, I mean, some serious pain.
When he got mowed over and mauled there and hooked, you can have some of them ribs up near the top of your spine kind of get compressed, and he had one that was elevated higher than the other. All I'm going to do is I'm going to press into it. You're going to take a deep breath.
Try to push it back to where it's supposed to. Yeah. Oh, that was freaking
Hopefully what we did in there, he should feel a lot better.
With his rib now adjusted, Stephen is ready for his second event, the bull ride. This single ride could net him over $5,700.
Ride now, Steve.
Keep riding. God damn it. Yeah, it's that rib. Nasty prick. Yeah, it didn't go too good. Bull's a little tricky to track. He just kind of had me pulled down over the front, and then he went left, and I went there, and he went back right, and I just couldn't get back over there.
1, 2, and then back to you.
Kyle's up to ride in the saddle bronc
Pull on his mane, too.
and wants to hold on to his #1 position.
Okay, Kyle, bear down. Kyle, go ahead! Go on, Kyle! Hustle!
What a piece of shit.
Kyle's drawn a bad horse and expects a re-ride.
That horse didn't buck, he didn't kick, he didn't do nothing. He was terrible.
Well, we can't give everybody a reride.
You won't be giving everyone a re-ride at Strathmore. They got the best horses here. Cam, why don't you say something to them about not giving me a re-ride? Talk to them for me.
I can't say nothing.
It's your rodeo. It's you on the horse. I got a temper and I voiced my opinion, and in my opinion, that was a bullshit call. It's got to be fair. It says right in the book. What's it say then?
It says inferior.
And that wasn't inferior? There's rules in our rule book about horses that don't perform, and I didn't think he performed, and apparently they thought he was good enough. Am I getting one? Jesus Christ.
Kyle today didn't draw on the upper end of the stock, but not in my books was he qualified for a re-ride.
He should have had a re-ride today for sure. No ifs, ands, and buts, you know what I mean? He should have had a re-ride, bar none. Like, this is a big rodeo. This is a turning point right here. You know, he needed $2,000 to keep him up there for the Canadian finals.
I paid a lot of money to enter this rodeo, and it's got a lot of money up, and I got 3 kids, and I've been rodeoing all summer trying to pay bills and stuff, and you know, this is a good one to win at, and I didn't have a very fair chance.
With fair or not fair still up for debate, Kyle's going home with no money. Stephen leaves with $2,800 and keeps his dreams of making the CFR alive.
When you win, it makes you feel better quicker.
Get ready to watch.
Bill, come here. Come on, get up here. Of course, you know, I love barrel racing and rodeoing and, you know, having that bond with your horse, but I don't want to just do it for fun. I want to make money doing it.
There's big money here at the Strathmore Rodeo, but one more bad ride for Sierra after a season of tough mounts could spell the end of her making the CFR.
I'm probably not going to make this CFR unless some miracle happens. You know, you can't really dwell on that. You just kind of move past.
With her father watching on, Sierra is back in the saddle with hopes of finding that rare miracle ride. A win here would net her over $5,500 and reestablish her as a contender for the finals.
South Calgary.
I'm really competitive, and I really hate to lose. I really hate it, actually. To tell you the truth, if I'm not going to win at something, I'm just not going to do it. I'm kind of a poor sport that way.
And a girl.
It wasn't in the cards for Sierra. She and Reba came up short.
I don't know, I thought I had a good feeling about today, and I thought it was going to go good, but obviously didn't. So I'm done.
And with that, no CFR for Sierra. The first one she'll miss in 5 years. She'll end the season with $4,511 and place 32nd in the Canadian standings.
Of course, I would want to be there. Like, I don't want to just sit in the bleachers, but you know, you can't stay on top forever. No one does. Just wish I was running for that kind of money.
She just kind of does the best she can when she needs to. She likes to win, though. So she'd be happier if she was making it.
There was no magic horse for Sierra this year. Her strategy failed. Shasta was too green, and she and Reba never connected. She'll start next season back at square one, looking for the right ride and hoping to get back to championship form.
Yeah, let's see ya. I know I have many more years of rodeo, so that just means you gotta work that much more to get another horse that'll knock all those other girls. So Kendra, here I come.
With husband Joel beside her and her trusted ride captain trailing behind, Kendra rolls into Strathmore. Her season started strong. She was #1, but all it took was a couple bad rides to quickly knock her down to 7th in the standings.
My psyche is not very good right now. I'm not real confident. You can lose your confidence in one run, but building that confidence can take a long time.
Kendra took a break after competing in Medicine Hat. She was hoping to clear her head and finish the season strong.
At Medicine Hat, it was pretty bad show there with the ground for the barrels. I was ready to be gone, and we loaded up and went down to Kootenai Lake to stay with my parents there for a bit. Just needed a break, just a mental break.
But the break she was looking for was not the break she found. Her parents are separating after more than 25 years of marriage, and the news has thrown her off as much as any horse ever has.
Outside influences definitely affect how I perform at the rodeo.
Got a dirty little face.
And I know that how I'm feeling definitely affects Captain. At this stage of the game, to get my confidence back, I think I'm just gonna have to put a run together.
Kendra now has to put her troubles behind her and beat the fastest time of 17.5 seconds to place first and win over $5,500.
Whoa, whoa.
All right, Kendra, looking good. Yes, ma'am. 18:37 is the time. 18:37.
18.37 seconds. Kendra missed first by only 0.8 of a second and is out of the money again.
That was weird, that one.
They've all been weird.
We'll come around.
I'm definitely getting tested right now. And I know that if I don't deal with it, then it's just gonna affect how my season goes and how life goes.
With many kilometers ahead of her, Kendra has a lot of time to deal with everything that's gone wrong. And on the highway home, it all starts to break down.
Okay, Wyatt, it's 8:55. Have you eaten anything?
No,
Are you ready? We need to start hauling stuff out to the trailer.
I already have.
Tessa, are you getting dressed? Now departing for Riverton, Wyoming. Gonna be a busy day.
It's Wyatt's last day at home. His mom is taking him to college down in Wyoming, USA. His season is being disrupted, but it's at school where he plans to improve his game.
My goal is to be a world champion, and I know there's a lot of stuff I got to work on and a lot of things I got to tweak, but if you just keep trying to fix that stuff, you'll go places.
We gotta get going.
I think the hardest thing is to know your kids are gonna get big and go away someday, but it'll be exciting. He'll be the big hero when he comes home.
Let's go. We got all that we need tos aren't gonna happen unless we get there, so let's depart.
You see my gray ball cap, Mom?
I don't know, hurry up. You got a million ball caps. I don't really care.
Whatever, it's fine.
You say whatever to me one more time, I'm gonna whatever you into tomorrow.
Whatever, Mom.
What? I'll get the wooden spoon.
I think it's a big deal, and I think my mom's very proud of me. It does sadden her to see that I'm going to leave because it was a big part of her life. Yeah, she can go nag on somebody else.
What are the horses all doing up here? Get yourself organized for school. Finish my shed.
Is that everything, Mom?
I think so. I'm just going, yeah, shut the door. Oh,
So Wyatt's been a tremendous kid. And I wrote this poem, and it talks about that, about being able to get to a point and place where you can count on your kids. Say goodbye to your dad.
All right, Wyatt. Just remember, you're 18 now. I don't have to bail you out if I don't want to.
Yeah, I know.
Some might say that cowboys are born, but rather I think that they're made. With tough love and wise teachers, the creators of the land. Of course, there's a price to be paid.
If we wash the truck, why does the windshield look like this?
I don't know. Sam did it.
I counted it all as a blessing to watch my sons growing so free, to be rough and rugged and ready, and open that gate when they leave. I hope they look back when they pass through, wink and smile beneath their hat brim, and know that a cowboy's mother will always be proud of them.
The road south is a new beginning for the first Thurston boy, but his journey to the CFR isn't over. Before the season ends, he'll be back, hopefully riding all the way to that final destination. After some tough rides made tougher with her parents' separation, Kendra's off the circuit and finally home. It was on the road home where it all came crashing down.
I'm a basket case right now. I cried the whole way home. I'm frustrated with what's happening, and I'm the type of person that I don't cry. And then when I do, it's, you know, goes on and on. Like right now, my head is killing me and my eyes are killing me. But I guess that's just how I am, is I just ball it up, and when it comes out, it all goes at once.
I think Kendra having an emotional release and not being so strong and tough and letting stuff out, shoot, that's the healthiest thing in the world. It's finally you go, oh, shoot, she is human.
Having a big cry was probably a huge release for me, but a lot of my release too is just riding my horse. And I just float on his back. I don't kick him, I don't, nothing. And for the first 10 or 15 strides, my heart's up in my throat and I can hardly breathe, and the tears get going because you just get going so fast. You kind of just gotta throw the reins to him, let him know, hey, I'll be free with you. Go, take me for a ride.
This is Kendra's therapy, the open fields and a charging horse underneath her. She was born to ride, and she'll need to get back in the arena and start winning if she wants a shot at the CFR.
I'm this close to having the finals made. I might have it made. I don't ever want to think I'm comfortable. I'm this close to having perfect runs on my horse again, but I'm this close to throwing in the towel, and just enough is enough.